Little Red Riding Hood, Journey to Self-Confidence. Once upon a time, on a magical ship that sailed past floating islands and below twinkling stars, lived a cheerful girl named Little Red Riding Hood. She had curly blonde hair, bright green eyes, and shimmering silver wings. Her glittery red cape fluttered in the winds as she sailed, and she loved to explore new places. But Little Red Riding Hood had one big problem. She didn't feel very confident. One sunny morning, her mum called her over. "Little Red Riding Hood, I need you to take this basket of treats to your grandma. She lives on the other side of the sky forest." "Sure, Mum," Little Red Riding Hood replied, but inside she felt a flutter of worry. "What if I get lost?" she thought. "What if something bad happens?" Her best friend, Sunny the golden dragon, flew over. Sunny had sparkling yellow scales, kind blue eyes, and a fluffy tail that glowed whenever he got excited. Sunny always knew how to make Little Red Riding Hood laugh. "Hey, Little Red," Sunny said. "What's wrong?" "I have to take this basket to Grandma's, but I don't feel very brave," she said. Sunny leaned in and whispered, "Remember, you're awesome, just the way you are." Little Red Riding Hood smiled a little. "Okay, I'll try to remember that," she said. She hugged her mum goodbye and set off into the water forest. As she sailed her magical ship through the vast, magical forest waters, the trees around her rustled softly. She passed floating islands as the sparkling sun beamed down from above. She felt a little more brave, remembering Sunny's kind words. But suddenly, she heard a voice. "Hello, Little Red Riding Hood. Where are you going?" asked a sly-looking wolf with bright amber eyes and a thick, bushy tail. "I'm going to my grandma's house," she answered without thinking. The wolf grinned a sneaky grin. "Oh, how lovely! And where does your grandma live?" "She lives in a cozy little cottage with pink flowers and a yellow door," she said. "Oh, I see," said the wolf, his eyes gleaming. "Be careful, Little Red Riding Hood. You never know what might happen in the sky forest." Little Red Riding Hood felt her body tremble. "Why did I tell him that?" she thought. "What if something bad happens to Grandma?" She flew faster, hoping the wolf wouldn't follow her. Meanwhile, the wolf raced ahead, quicker than the wind. He reached Grandma's cottage first and knocked on the yellow door. "Who is it?" asked Grandma from inside. "It's me, Little Red Riding Hood," the wolf said, trying to sound like a little girl. "Oh, come in, dear," Grandma said. The wolf burst in and, with a quick gulp, swallowed Grandma whole. Then he put on her nightcap and glasses and climbed into her bed, pulling the quilt up to his chin. Soon after, Little Red Riding Hood sailed up to a small island where her grandma's cottage was. She knocked gently. "Come in, dear," said the wolf, pretending to be Grandma. She stepped inside and saw Grandma lying in bed. But something didn't seem right. She took a closer look. "Oh, Grandma, what big ears you have," she said. "All the better to hear you with, my dear," the wolf replied. "And what big eyes you have," she said. "All the better to see you with, my dear," the wolf answered. "And what big teeth you have," she whispered, feeling her heart race. "All the better to eat you with," the wolf roared, jumping out of bed. Little Red Riding Hood gasped and stepped back. Just then, Sunny burst into the cottage, his fluffy tail glowing brightly. "Leave her alone!" Sunny shouted. He took a deep breath and blew a puff of warm golden smoke. The wolf stumbled back in surprise. At that moment, a woodsman who was nearby heard the commotion and rushed in with his axe. Seeing the wolf, he quickly swung his axe and carefully cut open the wolf's stomach, and out popped Grandma, safe and sound. The wolf ran as fast as he could into the water forest, never to be seen again. Little Red Riding Hood and Sunny hugged each other tightly. "Oh, thank goodness!" Grandma said, hugging her granddaughter. "You're so brave, Little Red Riding Hood." Little Red Riding Hood smiled, feeling her confidence grow. "I can do hard things," she thought. "I really can." As they all sat down to enjoy the treats from the basket, Sunny whispered to Little Red Riding Hood, Remember, you are strong and confident. Little Red Riding Hood nodded. She felt different now, more sure of herself. She looked at Sunny and said, I'm special and lots of people think I'm great. Sunny grinned, and together they went back to their magical ship, happy and full of new confidence. Little Red Riding Hood knew that from now on she could face any adventure with excitement and courage. And so, Little Red Riding Hood learned that she could be brave and strong just by believing in herself. She sailed around the floating islands, sparkling stars lighting up her way, ready for whatever came next. And everyone lived happily ever after in the magical sky above.